highlighting, rereading, writing down word for word what the speaker is saying. According to science, these are very ineffective ways of learning, and almost everyone does it, even medical students, lawyers, teachers, people whose jobs depend on learning fast. The truth is this: most of us were never taught how to learn, so we default to whatever feels productive, easy, comfortable, familiar. But the world doesn't care about what feels easy. Everything is updating faster than you can keep up with right now. AI, automation, quantum computing, crypto, medicine. If you don't have a system for learning, you don't just fall behind. It gets harder to catch up because the people who know how to learn stack skills faster than you. This video is based on the research-backed learning methods in the book Make It Stick, and I've done the reading for you, so you don't have to. Give me the next 8 minutes, and you'll walk away with a simple playbook to learn faster and remember longer. Not by studying more, but by studying smarter. And as you watch, keep this in mind: retrieval beats rereading. So at the end, I'll give you a quick quiz, not to judge you, to make sure what you learn here actually sticks. There are 4 false beliefs that make smart people slow learners. False belief number 1: if I reread it enough, the information will stick in my memory. Here's the core mistake most people make. They confuse recognizing information with remembering it. Real learning is what you can recall and use later, not what looks familiar today. Rereading feels smooth, highlighting feels clean, you move fast. It feels like you covered a ton of ground, but you're mostly building familiarity, not memory. Here's the tell: if you close the notes and you can't explain it, you don't have it stored in memory. So read it again is not a strategy. It's avoidance of true learning. False belief number 2: if I can do it perfectly in one session, I've learned it. That's the cramming illusion. In the moment, it feels like you're leveling up because it's still in your short-term memory. But a lot of that improvement disappears when time passes. If your goal is long-term skill, you have to practice in a way that survives time. False belief number 3: I can tell what I know just by how confident I feel. Confidence is unreliable because familiarity feels like competence, and science shows we're bad judges of how much we actually know. There's only one honest scoreboard. Can you retrieve the information from memory without looking? No retrieval, no proof. False belief number 4: if learning feels hard, I must be doing it wrong. This is why smart people plateau, because the methods that feel easiest often produce the weakest learning, and the methods that feel harder are often the ones that make it stick. And most people pick the one that feels easiest. So the rule is, if practice feels a little uncomfortable, you're probably doing something useful. How to learn so it sticks. I'm going to give you 6 tools. You don't need all 6 every day, but you should always use the first one when you truly want to learn something. Number 1, retrieval, the one habit that changes everything. Retrieval means this: try to pull the idea out of your head before you look, because every time you retrieve, you strengthen the learning pathway in your brain. 3 easy ways to do it. The 60-second brain dump. Close everything. Set a timer for 60 seconds. Write what you remember, then check what you missed. Turn notes into questions. Don't write notes as statements. Write them as questions. Then answer them later. Cold. Teach back. Explain it out loud, like you're teaching it to a friend. If you can't explain it simply, you don't really know it yet. And if you want to use AI here, do it like this. AI can generate questions, AI can play the interviewer, AI can try to poke holes. But you answer first, from memory. Then you verify. Human in the loop. Number 2, spacing. Come back later on purpose. Most people do. One big session, then nothing. Spacing is the opposite. You come back over time, not to reread, to retrieve. And this fights the forgetting curve you're seeing here. Memory drops fast unless you come back and retrieve it again. A simple rhythm, same day, next day, then a few days later, then a week later. If you want this on autopilot, use spaced repetition flashcards like Anki. The point isn't perfect timing, The point is, don't let it be one and done. Number 3, interleaving. Mix the reps. Blocked practice feels good. One topic, 10 problems. Next topic. But research suggests this isn't the most effective way to learn for long-term memory. Interleaving mixes topics, so your brain has to decide, which tool do I use here? If you're learning anything complex, coding, math, language, design, finance, life won't hand you problems labeled by chapter, so train the way you'll perform. Here's interleaving in one sentence. Don't do 30 questions from the same chapter in one sitting. Rotate. 3 from coding. Chapter 2, 3 from math. Chapter 6, 3 from finance chapter 1. Then repeat. Each switch forces your brain to choose the right tool. That choice is the skill, and you'll remember better. Number 4, elaboration. Make it mean something. This is how you stop learning like a parrot. After you learn an idea, ask, why is this true? What's an example in my life? When does it fail? How does this relate to what I already know? Then write your answer in your own words. This is also where mind maps help. Force the connections onto one page. If you can connect a new idea to something you already understand, it sticks harder. Number 5, reflection. Convert experience into judgment. Most people repeat the same mistakes because they never extract the lesson. So after a learning session, a project, a week of work, ask, what did I try? What worked? What didn't? What will I change next time? Write it down. 2 minutes. That's how knowledge turns into judgment that sticks. Number 6, embrace failure. Your intelligence isn't fixed. Most people treat mistakes like proof they're not smart. But science shows that your brain is adaptable. Skills grow, and errors are information. If learning feels hard, that's not a sign to quit. That's the work. So you want failure to happen in practice, not in the interview, not in the presentation, not in the exam. Create low-stakes failure on purpose. Practice questions, mock attempts, dry runs. Then use every miss like a GPS. This is the gap. This is what to fix. Try again. Struggle. Feedback. Repeat. That's how you cross the bridge from beginner to expert. The bottom line is, if you remember nothing else, remember this. Learning is not review. Learning is retrieval. So use this 3-step loop. 1. Learn it once. 2. Close the notes and retrieve. Test yourself. 3. Come back later and retrieve again. Test, test, test. Do that, and you will separate yourself fast. Because most people never do step 2. As promised, here is a short quiz. So what you've learnt here today sticks, no peeking. 1. What's the difference between familiarity and real learning? 2. What's the one technique this whole video keeps coming back to? 3. Name 2 ways to make learning harder in a good way. 4. What are you learning right now that you'll use this on this week? Drop your answers in the comments. You don't need to be smarter. You need a better system. If you want to see how to leverage AI to apply these techniques and speed up your study of new things even more, watch this video appearing on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.